Beachcombers here on Delmarva often find treasures washed up on shore, and there's a festival in St. Michael's, Maryland devoted to one such gem. Our friend Kim Hannon explains the lure of sea glass.
So yes, I'm the organizer and the host. I have a shop here off Eurordia, and people call me the O because I can't say off Eurordia. And yeah, we've had this festival going on for 6 years.
And it's a popular festival too. You can tell by the crowd that the world of sea glass is a big deal, and folks never get tired of browsing the varieties of these found jewels and the different items that can be made from these colorful finds.
Basically, sea glass can be found in any body of water all over the world, and artists have found awesome ways to make it into jewelry and housewares and everything else. There's a lot of glass in Maryland, Delaware, Chesapeake Bay, the ocean. And so I started this when I opened up my shop 7 years ago. I had a lot of artists that made this sea glass and coastal art, so I wanted to have an opportunity for them to sell their wares to the public and bring people into the town of St. Michael's. And sea glass is regular glass. It's basically discarded glass, and there's a lot of history to the sea glass. And back in the day, they would, instead of putting glass in dumps, they would put it in the waterways. So over time, as things erode, the sea glass will get frosted by the action of the waves and the sand and the rocks, and it turns into sea glass. And again, any waterway, rivers, bays, oceans, you can find sea glass. The thing about sea glass that makes it so unique is that every piece is different. So you'll have artists, I mean, I have sea glass on, and yeah. And every piece of sea glass is unique and different, and it has a history. So that's why people like to come, because they want to come and get a new piece that's, you know, more amazing than the other piece that they had. So I think that's what is the drive, and a lot of people that collect sea glass go out in the all weather, rain, sleet, snow. Even here at the festival, they've come in that weather. And this is the first year that we've actually had sun, and it's just been an amazing weekend.
One of the things we found interesting about sea glass is that it differs by region.
Very much so, because like Baltimore, for instance, had a lot of factories that would make glass for either whiskey or beer, medicines. So the history for the Chesapeake Bay is going to be different than, let's say, a place in Greece. Greece is going to have different bottles, a lot of rum bottles, a lot of different bottles that you won't be able to find here. So the history is, I think, really a big key for why people like to hunt sea glass. There's rare colors, there's common colors. The rare colors would be red, orange, yellow, and then the more common would be like a Coke bottle, the old Coke bottles, which is, a lot of people like that too, you know, even though it's common. But and nowadays, especially on the Chesapeake Bay, you'll find a lot of whites and ambers and greens that would be beer bottles. But you can still find pottery shards and everything just along the Chesapeake Bay.
What do people like about going out on the beaches and looking for sea glass?
People like the serenity. It's, you know, beachcombers like if it's shells or if it's driftwood or if it's sea glass. They all have a common core, and that common core is to go out there, the solitude of it, to find something unique and different that nobody else has been able to touch in years, maybe hundreds of years. So I think that's a big thing. A lot of people find peace, and there's stories all over the place that I hear almost every week that people have gone out and found a red heart sea glass after they lost somebody, you know. So there's a lot of history, and then just the love and the connection that they feel with nature and just loved ones, really, too. But yeah, it's amazing. Every year I see something new. I'm like, wow, why did I think of that? You know, it's great, the stuff that they do. And because it's colorful, it's all the rainbow. There's even black sea glass. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So the next time you're walking along Delmarva's beaches, remember to take a look down at your feet every once in a while. You may get introduced to the colorful world of sea glass.
Get outdoors, Delmarva.